Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit educational or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Viewer discretion
Good noon.
is
Breaking
advised.
news, a United 737 off the taxiway at Bush Airport just a few hours ago. This is what passengers saw this morning as they were evacuated from that plane. Scary moments. And in just the last hour, we learned federal investigators are heading to Houston to find out how this happened. Igochi Iloka joins us live right now from Bush Airport. Igochi, you've been on the scene all morning. Where are the passengers now?
Yeah, Ron, just before 11 a.m., United Airlines confirms that all of their passengers were bussed to an airport terminal where they are now and receiving help from their team when it comes to connections or just getting their bags. Now, this comes after their plane was evacuated around 8 a.m. this morning. Take a look at your screen. Here are new pictures we got from a passenger who shared this with us of skid marks from the plane and passengers exiting. You can see that there. United Airlines says a total of 160 passengers and a 6-crew team were coming back from Memphis to Houston when, after landing the plane, UA 2477 exited the taxiway into a grassy area. Now, nobody was hurt, according to airport officials. Thankfully, that's the good news in this. The United says crew members are still working to remove luggage from the aircraft and are working to reunite customers with their belongings as quickly as possible. Now, we spoke to a pastor on the plane who describes when they realized something was wrong while landing.
Well, there was a huge pop, plane tilted over, and everybody, kind of gasped. The lady across the way screamed, and that was the moment.
Yeah, and Pastor Mike there from New Caney says he was set to.
Shalom, beloved brothers and sisters, Jews and Gentiles alike. Welcome. This is your humble servant, Big Levi, and today is Noga, March the 8th, 2024, and it's currently 5:10 p.m. Eastern Time, pre-recorded. Great glory. Thank you for being here. It is good to be here. All praises to the Most High. Yes, beloved. Now, of course, for those of you that just watched this, you see all the sign that you need to see. You heard the name, and we are not making this up. And a lot of people try to explain the airplane issues. Some people say, well, we should ban all small planes because they keep falling off the sky because they're not good. And now, in this year, you see airplane doors are being ripping off, catching on fire. They are slamming into each other. The wheel are flying off. It's not like those airplanes are mal-maintained or they are unkept, so to speak. They are well maintained. Everything is good, but something else is going on. Of course, they cannot explain it because of they don't want the people to know. Beloved, thank you for being here in the midst of us. The purpose of this channel is to tell the nation to be at peace. There'll be no Jacob's trouble. Yes, I do know a lot of folks out there say, yes, Jacob's trouble will happen. They're going to have to bring the chip. The elite's going to come after the prophet of the Lord. None of this garbage. They already did. The so-called, what you're calling elite already did. Why aren't they even the elite of the actual elite of them? Those are guys they put out there to do certain things. They will come. They will come. I mean, that's what those people are saying. The elite will come. No. We will come for them. We will come for them. All right. So let's go ahead and watch this again. Then we're going to get to Pastor Mike here. Well, Mike was so confused. Mike had no idea what the hell is going on. So let us go ahead over there and then take the whole thing again. Okay.
At noon, breaking news, a United 737 off the taxiway at Bush Airport.
737, a United 737, okay? And then they stopped on line 27-9. All right, 27.9. You keep seeing the number 77, the number 9, it's there. 27.9. 2 plus 7, you know what to do. 9, 2 plus 7 equal whatever that is, plus 9, and then the number you get, render it to one single number, okay? Single
Just
digit.
a few hours ago, this is what passengers saw this morning as they were evacuated from that plane. Scary moments. And in just the last hour, we learned federal investigators are heading to Houston to find out how this happened.
Okay, it's all over. 27.9, the number of destruction. Well, the number 9, the number of judgment. You're locked in there. All those signs, they're right in front of you.
Gochi Iloka joins us live right now from Bush Airport. Gochi, you've been on the scene all morning. Where are the passengers now?
Yeah, Ron, just before 11 a.m., United Airlines confirms that all of their passengers were bussed to an airport terminal where they are now and receiving help from their team when it comes to connections or just getting their bags. Now, this comes after their plane was evacuated around 8 a.m. this morning. Take a look at your screen. Here are new pictures we got from a passenger who shared this with us of skid marks from the plane. And
then you can see in the plane propeller, I am guessing the jet engine here seems like a number 9, okay?
Passengers exiting. You can see that there. United Airlines says a total of 160 passengers and a 6-crew team were coming back from Memphis to Houston. When after...
Of course, Memphis, Tennessee to Houston, Texas. I don't know what's going on over there in Texas, but lately, Texas has been catching a lot of hell. And it haven't stopped, and it's not going to stop. But anyway, let's keep on moving.
After landing, the plane UA 2477 exited the taxiway.
Okay, so let me enlarge this right quick. Now, whoops, what's going on here? Now you can see the number of course 27, 9, 2 plus 7 equal 9, 9 plus 9 equal 18, 1 plus 8 equal 9. That's the number of the place that it stopped. And then you can see the 27 here again, you know, the number 9, 29, 90, and everything. 2 plus 7 equal 9, 2 plus 11, 2 plus 9 equal 11, 11 plus 9 equals 22, 5, the number of course the 5-pointed pentacle, the little pentagon, microcosm, Michael in the midst, and all that. Okay, we see all these signs. All right.
And to a grassy area. Now, nobody was hurt, according to airport officials. Thankfully, that's the good news in this. The United says crew members are still working to remove luggage from the aircraft and are working to reunite customers with their belongings as quickly as possible. Now, we spoke to a pastor on the plane who describes when they realized something was wrong while landing.
Okay, listen to this pastor. Okay, 8 new beginning. Okay, listen to this pastor. This guy is as confused as his words. He's confused as his breakdown of the Bible.
Well, there was a huge pop, plane tilted over, and everybody, you know, kind of gasped. Lady across the way screamed, and that was the moment.
Hey, that was the moment. Well, this is a pastor, and his name is Michael. All right, they didn't put the name in there, but the name of the fellow is Michael, okay?
Yeah, Pastor Mike there from New Caney says he was set to officiate a funeral this morning, but had to let someone else do it since that landing delay happened. That was the reason. So that is something, of course, that he's just happy he was able to do, and of course is safe this afternoon. Now, we are working to learn more in terms of what's next with this investigation. United says they will be working with NTSB, the FAA, and Boeing to figure out what exactly happened here and investigate. Reporting.
So again, we told those people once they start seeing those giant airplanes are falling off the sky, then people are gonna say, well, something truly going on out there. Okay, all right. Yesterday, an engine catches fire on a plane, and another plane's wheel fell off, wheel in the air, and today a plane run off the runaway. Okay, people are noticing those things. All right. All right, so yeah, people are seeing what's going on, man. People are seeing. This is the one over there. Okay, watch this one.
Spring break travel, with the TSA forecasting 47.7 million passengers at the peak vacation point. Now another scare involving a Boeing plane, a United flight losing a tire right after takeoff. Kana Whitworth is at LAX with more very scary images there. Kana, good morning.
Certainly is. And Rebecca, good morning to you. That plane had to make an emergency landing here after it lost its tire during takeoff in San Francisco. This morning, the FAA now investigating how this tire fell off a United Airlines Boeing 777 flight as it took off from San Francisco International Airport.
United 35, might have lost no fuel on takeoff.
Just minutes into the flight, one of 12 wheels that make up the landing gear plummeted to the ground.
One of the 12's wheel, okay? It fell on the car here. One of the 12 wheel fell off.
Landing in an employee parking lot, crushing these cars. Fortunately, nobody was injured. Corey Hynek, a high school teacher from Illinois, was one of the 235 passengers on board the flight originally headed for Japan.
Obviously, when you are missing a wheel, just landing, you get nervous about that. Are we going to crash? Are we going to, just all those things kind of run through your mind.
The plane dumping fuel before making an emergency landing in Los Angeles to switch aircraft. Just days ago, another United flight diverted after flames were seen shooting out of the engine, causing the aircraft to shake.
We had engine limit surge installed on the left engine.
In a statement, United telling ABC News bubble wrap was sucked into the engine.
That's a lie.
Now, in terms of the plane that lost the wheel, we are told the aircraft is designed to land safely with missing or damaged tires. George.
Okay, Tina, thanks.
Yeah, so again, beloved, you see that the Gentiles, they can't have that peaceful vacation, that peace of mind when they're traveling. It is always something happening to them, so they do not have this luxury of enjoying the blessing anymore. So let's keep on moving. Is that thing recording? Is it? Yes, it is. All right, let's keep on moving then.
And 5 people died in a plane crash in Nashville, Tennessee. Nashville police say the pilot communicated with the control tower saying they were having an emergency and needed to land. The plane ended up crashing just off of Interstate 40. The FAA and National Transportation Safety Board are all investigating.
Okay, so they haven't get anything yet. Is that the one? Okay, well, is that the fellow? Let's try to get this one. Let's get this one though. Okay. All right, there's a lot going on with those planes. Let's check this one. Okay, there's no. Okay, small plane takeoffs after making emergency landing on Knoxville Interstate. Again, what's going on over there in Tennessee? Is it Knoxville, Tennessee? Alright, use the rudder. Rudder. Okay, so he had to make an emergency landing. Something happened, he had to land. They don't say what happened here, but he had to make an emergency landing. This guy actually landed. Okay. All right, well, let's keep on moving. This thing didn't happen too long ago. Oh, well, that's what happened 3 years ago. Okay, this one happened 3 years ago. So that was in 2020, September 2020, when this thing was like all over. Okay, let's keep on moving.
Canadian community is mourning tonight after a family of 5 died in Monday night's plane crash right here in Nashville. Our Michael Warwick talked to the family's rabbi about the life they lived.
Okay, so this is 5 family of Ish, man. And those people are gonna sit there and say, well, Ish is not under judgment. It's 5 family members, okay? They all know more. See, those little small airplanes are not being flown by, well, our people, nor poor people. Okay, a Cessna, let me see how much, the Cessna 580. Cessna 150. No. Cessna airplane 550. No, 150. No. 150. Yeah, 150 for sale. That's like the lowest. Let's see, aircraft. Let's see how much. One from the 1950s. This is 1975. This one is for 36,000. 45,000, 1974. Let's take a look. You know what? While I'm in controller, let's see what we can get here. Well, what is this? They change everything on this place. Okay, all right. Let's see what we can get here. Model. No, let's get the manufacturer category. But not. Let's go back to the main the main place, because those are, there you go. Here we go. Let's take a single engine. Well, wait. The one that crashed. Let's see the one that crashed first.
4 days since the Desenko family died in a plane.
Okay, Michael, you already know what Michael is here to do, okay? Let's keep on moving. We're not making this up, beloved, okay? Let's keep on moving.
Plane crash here along I-40, and their rabbi, who officiated their wedding, is
I-40, okay? We are doing the 40-day fast.
remembering them above all else for their kindness.
They were very, very, very fine people.
Ontario-based Rabbi Chaim Hildesheim is pictured next to Victor Datsenko, a fond memory of a man Rabbi Chaim knew for more than a decade.
So the guy name is Victor. Okay, Michael Warwick is reported, and Victor is among the 5 people that is no more in that airplane. We need to find out what kind of model it is, okay? This is a whole family right there, man. An entire family, son. This is no joke here, man.
And we became very close. They joined us at our home for Shabbat dinner many times. They came with us for holidays.
Victor and Rima Datsenko, along with their children, David, Adam, and Emma, died Monday.
David, Adam, Emma. I believe David, Adam, Emma. And the wife, the husband. The entire family. All of them. Now, who's going to, well, what if they have a home? And this dude turned out, I'm just saying, beloved, okay? Let's say he turned out to be an orphan. And he married another orphan. And they don't have anybody except for their kids. And in their will, they put the name of their kids if something ever happened to them. If not, who's going to get the money? I don't know. Who's going to get their home, their houses, their properties? Most likely they own stuff. All the family. Beloved, I want you to understand the gravity of this thing right here, man. Okay? With this kid, with his little shirt, say, sup, dog. You know, a little jab at our people. But anyway. I want the people to know and see this. And then people are sitting there saying, well, the elite is coming for the men of the Lord. No, the men of the Lord is coming after them. The mighty one is already been in the midst of them. Think about this, beloved. You lost your entire family. Every single person. Mom, dad, and the children. How would you feel as a grandmother? How would you feel as a grandfather? How would you feel as an uncle? As a niece? as a auntie or aunt? How would you feel as a friend, as a family member, man? You lost every they're all gone. People are gonna say, well, the reason why you see and they are bringing the migrant is because this and that. No, they need to replace those 5 people, especially the children. This is a big family right there. This man, of course, is and always intended to have huge family because the swagger jack our laws, which that's what the law say, to have a bunch of kids. They will need to replace them. Now those people are no more, man. Again, beloved, I want to make this perfectly clear because people will say, well, Big Levi, they fake their death so they won't pay taxes. The government, they are lying. No, man. The entire family, mother, father, and children, all of them gone. And they were ish.
After Victor reported an engine failure on their flight into Nashville.
They were great parents for their kids.
Their plane would go down just off I-40.
It's hard to think that all 5 of them are not here with us. Instead of asking the question as why, let's ask the question, what could we do in their memory?
Records show Victor.
What? No, we need to ask why. We need to ask why, beloved. Why all those things are happening? Not like, well, we need to their memory or whatever. But why is these things keep happening? Again, beloved, for those of you that have been following this, you are no strangers to things like that. You see a lot of so-called CEO and ish last year. Well, not even last year. Let's see. We can have this. Okay. There's let me see. 2 kids, 3 adults crushed to death after airport. Airdrop Gaza aid, whatever. So let me see. Oh wow, that's something here. Rabbi lose family and airplane doing funeral. I believe. Is that what that is? No. Okay, no, not this one. Airplane crash, Jewish family heading to airport to a funeral. No, not this one. It happened 2 years ago. 3 years ago? Yeah, 3 years. It happened 2 years ago and then it happened again. But anyway, let's keep on moving, okay? For those of you who remember that guy, he sent his wife a text message and say, baby, love you, kiss the kids, I'm out.
Victor got his pilot's license in 2022. He was a handyman, Rabbi Haim said, who would sometimes work for free. The whole family valued members of the Jewish community.
Because if I could save you money, I said, you don't need to do it. And sure enough, a few days later, he came with his crew, and he spent a day and a half sealing all the HVAC in my house. Again, something I didn't ask him. Just to describe what kind of person he was.
The Dotsenko's 3 kids all attended the same school, which posted their shock about the loss, writing that the 3 lit up their hallways. While Nashville didn't know them, the rabbi says we'd have benefited if we had, and to honor them with a good deed.
The only thing that I could request and ask is that we should do something good in their memory.
Michael Warwick, WSMV4.
H always wants you to remember them. Remember me, honor me. But anyway, it seems it was a single engine airplane. Let's see if we can take a single engine here. Single piston, okay. Single piston. But it's 5 of them. So just look at the price here. Most of them call for price. Okay, well, yeah, there you go. 1979, okay, Cessna. $285,000 for this plane right here. Let's see if we can enlarge this. Okay, $285,000 for this one. I believe it's a 2-passenger. Is that what that is? We'll go inside though. Yeah, that's a 5-passenger. Yeah, 2, 4, and then 1 in the back. It could be 6. Yeah, 2, 4, I believe 5. 6 passenger, I guess. 6 passenger. Nice. 1979, 285,000. See how much, how many passenger. Well, it's there. I just don't see it. But anyway, hey, Ish is being taken out, man. This thing is real, son. Let's keep on moving.
Tonight, a daughter is finding the strength to tell her mother's story days after that young woman's father was sentenced for murdering her, the victim recording every haunting moment. In that video, a key piece of evidence in the killer's sentencing trial.
Well, as you know, jaws dropped in our newsroom when we saw it. And ABC 13's Alex Bozarchian joins us now with another big part of this case. The jury was made up entirely of women, Alex.
That's right, Eric. It was an all-female jury, which is rare but can happen. You're not allowed to strike down a juror on the basis of sex or race, so that's how it shook out here. The overwhelming evidence here was a video of the murder. Despite that, they sentenced Carrie Birmingham to 10 years in prison. The maximum would have been 20.
Okay. All right, goodbye, Reese. I'll see you later. You go meet Jesus.
Those were Carrie Birmingham's last words to his wife, Patricia, before he killed her with his shotgun outside their home in Spring. In the video, you can hear he fired 3 times.
Hope it was worth it.
This all going down while their teenage daughter, Olivia, was at school.
I lost both my parents that day. My dad died that day, too. Because the person who did that to my mom and my father aren't the same person.
Patricia and Carrie
actually,
had
they are. They are just, hey man, I hope it was what you can see the age difference here, okay?
30-minute argument leading up
was a video of the murder. Despite that, they sentenced Carrie Birmingham to 10 years in prison. The maximum would have been 20.
So he got 10 years for doing that. I mean, that's a bargain there, man. He had a good lawyer. The man is caught on camera doing this. He got 10 years. Wow.
20.
Okay. All right, goodbye, Reese. I'll see you later. You go meet Jesus.
I'm still loves you. You are going to meet Jesus.
Those were Carrie Birmingham's last words to his wife, Patricia, before he killed her with his shotgun outside their home in Spring.
The shotgun looked like a toy. It just looked like some homemade thing. But he did kill the wife with it, but it looked like a toy.
In the video, you can hear he fired 3 times.
Hope it was worth it.
This all going down while their teenage daughter, Olivia, was at school.
I lost both my parents that day. My dad died that day, too. Because the person who did that to my mom and my father aren't the same person.
They are the same person. That's what you people tell yourself. Like, my dad is not a monster. He is a monster.
Patricia and Carrie had roughly a 30-minute argument leading up to the shooting.
You really want this on video?
I'll pull it. I'm mad enough to pull it.
Audio we obtained of several minutes prior to the video became a large part of Carrie's crime of passion defense.
I'm done.
I'm done too.
I'm
done too.
Carrie had allegedly learned Patricia was having an affair, the two's argument getting more and more heated.
Don't blame him.
Then get the yeah.
Carrie's.
So, again, well, I don't want to get involved with those people, but hey, there was an affair. Don't blame the man. You know, hey, I'm young. You know, I was with you because you're a high value man taking care of my ish. So I'm out there. I'm young. I'm doing my thing. So, you know, hey, what's up with that? Don't be blaming him, you know?
Defense attorney Anthony Osso says they pled guilty directly to the all-female jury. He says their strategy was to accept responsibility, but convince jurors Carrie shot Patricia in the heat of the moment.
We never tried to justify the actions of our client, but the defense...
Now, this guy's a good lawyer. 20 instead of 10? All right, that's a good bargain right there, man. Yo, let's say this dude did this in 2014. 2024, you're already out. You know, got a whole life ahead of him. You know, he could have get 20, get 10. It's a good bargain right there. Time flies, man. My daughter was born in 2014. Yeah. Oh, boy, this is crazy.
It wasn't about justification. It was about why he did what he did.
I tried to
Olivia finds her father's defense questionable at best.
I don't know. That sudden passion. You have to have something. You have to have made that decision within you for a while. I feel like.
Well, yes.
To do that to somebody you really, really love.
Carrie was given a 10-year sentence with the possibility of parole after 5.
He's gonna get out after 5 years. He's gonna get out. He's gonna get out. The dude is powerful, man. The dude got a lot of money. And all the Jews were women. So he got a lot of money.
Olivia says in court she spoke to her father and gave us a summary of her victim impact statement.
That no matter what was said in this trial, you know the type of woman she was. You know who she was. And you know what you did. And how he took away my favorite person in this world.
Olivia
and when you look at the whole interview, you don't see her as being somebody that is, you know, sad or, you know, look at the girl, okay? Look at her mannerism, okay?
Teenage daughter Olivia was at school.
I lost both my parents that day. My dad died that day too. Because the person who did that to my mom and my father aren't the same person.
Patricia and Carrie.
Okay, so she look at her face, the way she's talking.
Finds her father's defense questionable at best.
I don't know. That sudden
Smile.
passion. You have to have something. You have to have made that decision within you for a while. I feel like to do that to somebody you really, really love.
Carrie was given a 10-year sentence.
Anyway, man, the Gentiles are going at each other's throat, but that guy lawyer is good. You know, this guy, hey man, this dude gets you 10 years with 5 years probation for literally dropping somebody on camera, Bridget. On camera. 3 times you drop that person. That's like life there. Wow. You're going to meet Jesus. Well, they're a good Christian anyway. Great glory. Let's keep on moving.
This is a News 2 breaking news alert.
Yeah, and the breaking news is that we learned that 5 people were on that plane that crashed just in West Nashville. The FAA, NTSB on scene, and they will figure out what happened here.
The crash site is on the side of I-40, right near Charlotte Pike. Peyton Kennedy is live near the scene now with what we know so far.
Exactly, a total of 5 people have died in this crash. That is all of the occupants on board, according to the Metro Nashville Police Department. So what happened so far is we know that around 7:40 p.m., air traffic control at the John C. Toon Airport received a message from the pilot that they were experiencing engine and power failure and needed emergency approval to land. They were given that approval, but then the pilot reportedly said they weren't going to make it to the runway. Cameras captured the moment this single-engine plane came down behind the Costco store off of Charlotte Pike and next to the eastbound lanes of I-40.
I looked and the trees were down, and all of a sudden there was a flame, and then all of a sudden a big fire, and then it erupted into a ball of flame, and then it exploded. And I just watched it, and I stayed back from it, and I was trying to tell people to stay away from it because it was very, very dangerous.
Because the fuel is, you know, with the fuel in the airplane, this thing just happened, and you try to get close, it could explode, and hey, you're gone.
And you just heard from a witness I spoke to this morning who experienced the whole thing. Officials say when the plane hit the ground, it immediately went up in flames. Police say in the process, no vehicles or buildings were hit and no people on the ground were injured. The FAA is here investigating the circumstances along with the National Transportation and Safety Board. Now, part of that investigation is determining where this plane came from. I'm told they could not find a tail number in the wreckage. This investigation will be ongoing, of course, and we'll keep you posted.
But they were the H, the 5 family of the H that no more.
Welcome back.
So I'm just going to brush on this, okay?
South Florida's Haitian leaders banding together today after armed gangs have plunged that country into near anarchy.
More flights in and out of the country are canceled. A 72-hour state of emergency began Sunday night.
NBC6's Nico Clemens is in North Miami after speaking with several of those Haitian officials.
There's a large Haitian population here in South Florida, and it's difficult for many of them to see what's going on
overseas. Many of them still have family on the island. So while they're over here, they're brainstorming and trying to come up with solutions on how to make life better for the people living in Haiti. Hundreds of miles away, a dire situation, even for a country that's seen its fair share of poverty and unrest.
Your family. Again, anytime they brought Haiti, they have to call, saying poverty, slavery, gangs and drugs and all that, which you should remember. You say all those things. You people are acting like the so-called Haitians are doing this over there. You just hide behind the curtain and then play with a little marionette, a little puppeteer. All right, then let's go ahead then.
Calling you, crying.
Tony Jean Tenor is trying to remain hopeful. He says last week his uncle went to visit his sick mother in Haiti, but ran into violent gang members terrorizing the country.
Now the gang hold him. He's still in the hand of the gang right now while I'm talking right now.
Jean Tenor says he, like many others in South Florida, is tired, frustrated, and outraged as the violence in Haiti gets worse. And now there's a call to action.
It depends, all of us, to see what's going on.
Several Haitian leaders and organizations are asking the Biden administration to stop the flow of weapons to Haiti.
Okay. Well, they can't. Well, they want and they don't want to do that. Because Haiti as a poor country, because that's what you call it. They got weapons that cost like $15,000, $20,000, $30,000. You guys are sending this thing out there so you can make your little thing and say, oh, well, there's an unrest over there. We care so much about Haitian. Hey, send the Marines over there. Send the Army over there. Send the Team SEAL 6 or whatever. Send the military over there, which you should and you would, and that's it.
National police and to stop foreign intervention.
Intervention never worked.
Several flights between Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and Port-au-Prince were canceled Tuesday, the day before armed gangs tried to seize control of Haiti's main international airport, which is considered the biggest attack on the airport in the country's history. And over the weekend, armed gangs stormed 2 prisons, freeing thousands of inmates.
Haiti has gone from crisis to crisis.
A crisis felt miles away in South Florida.
Just like what's happening in Gaza, it's no different what's going on in Haiti right now. People are dying like crazy. People cannot sleep in their home.
In the U.S.
And of course, you will not see those Negroes, talking about this, but they'll go hand over fist for Gaza and Palestine because their masters told them to do this. Okay, and again, beloved, I want to tell Jews and Gentiles, Haitian or not, to be at peace. What you see going on in Haiti must happen. It have to happen because it is prophecy. We talked about this like 2-3 years ago. There will be a huge unrest, and then they have to send the military over there, try to say, hey, we're gonna put peace over there. Then something else going to happen.
He has stopped all travel to the country, and they're urging all Americans to leave as soon as possible. In North Miami, Nico Clemens, NBC6 News.
All right, let's keep on moving. Well, how long we are into this thing? Oh, good grief. All right. Why is those things happening, beloved? Well, they're happening because of Genesis 15, verse 13. And he said unto Abraham, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and they shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. Yes, indeed. Yea. 1619, 2019, we serve all 400 years. What I want to say, 1617, 1618, 1619, 1620, 1621 to 1624, it doesn't matter. This won't change a thing. Right after 2019, beloved, the entire world is locked out. Those people can't get back in. They are out. That's why you're seeing everybody swagger jacking us, want to be our friends now, saying things because it is done. All right? Those people are not going to bring Jacob's trouble. We already went to Jacob's trouble. We've been going to Jacob's trouble. We give the mighty one great praise, great glory. And now we are in Genesis 15, verse 14. And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge. That's why you see all those things. The airplanes falling off the skies. People are taking this out. That is taking this in. Ish is taking his entire families no more. And they are seeing this. They understand this. They really don't want to go out there and tell people, well, we are under judgment and stuff like that. No, honor them. And many people choose to ignore that. Most folks that are out there know very damn well they are under judgment. But they playing the card they've been playing for over 400-500 years. Playing dumb. Playing stupid. Well, remember that saying that said, play stupid games, win stupid prize. That's what's going to happen to you. And that's what's happening. Okay? Now, beloved, if you wish and if you like to study with us, and we are studying the adventurers and artists, the dirty little secret about Black history. We have a Zoom meeting coming, so we will talk about the Quantum Explorer. It's Gravis and above. The link is already posted. So for you to join us tomorrow at 6 p.m., you're going to have to become a member of Gravis or above to be in the midst of us, okay? Washington fathered the country, and, what was an indentured servant? And I believe freedmen and free labor, and we have studied. If you would like some of those beautiful photos, you can have them for free if you become a member of our Patreon. You can download them, print them, and put them in your room and your living room, and you can put them in your business, depicted our people majestically, beautiful and things like that. So you can have this. We have plenty of the pictures and photos, okay? We got Nate Turner, Sword of God. We study what Nate done and things like that. Word of Power for, March the Ziltic Method and all this good stuff, okay? Slave Who Was a Double Spy. And if you would like to study Black Schools Were Taboo, join us onto Patreon. All right, beloved, let's keep on moving.
Today, New York Governor Kathy Hochul announced new efforts to fight rising crime in New York City's subway system, which is up 13%, and that's just since last year. So Hochul is deploying 1,000 state personnel from the MTA, state police, even the National Guard to help the city. Andrew Siff with NBC News New York spoke with commuters about the safety improvements.
Lately, I don't feel that safe.
Trisha Alexander said her commute hasn't felt great lately, but seeing police back on the platform helps. What does that do for your state of mind?
It makes me feel safe. Now I feel like I got to look around my back all the time.
The return of 1,000 uniformed officers to the subway began in February and seems to be working. As we've reported, subway crime spiked 45% in January when the city ended its police overtime program in the subway. The renewed NYPD surge led to a drop in February, but subway crime still up 13% this year.
When I'm on the subway system and I speak with riders, they say, Eric, nothing makes us feel safer than seeing that officer at the token booth, walking through the system, walking through the trains.
Mayor Adams said not only will the manpower continue, but bag checks will be back at major transit hubs within the week.
There's many ways that the state can even ramp up more support for protection of citizens and commuters on the subway.
Some riders say the renewed law enforcement focus should deter criminals, many of whom are repeat offenders.
It gives a person something to think about if they're even considering to do something they're not supposed to be doing.
Yet to be calculated who pays the estimated $15 million per month in police overtime. Also, amid reports of more guns in the system and more slashings, the mayor wants to fast-track technology for metal detection.
They are doing an excellent job in identifying razors, knives, scissors, other sharp objects. To me, that's a low bar. I want to be able to identify a gun.
Our thanks to Andrew Siff with NBC New York, who reported.
Thanks for watching. Again, beloved, you can see it here, what they are doing. They put a bunch of people that look like us and then put in over there and say, well, crime is rising in New York and we want 1,000 and stuff. And look, you guys are acting like there's a hidden hand. We can see who's doing this. Or if anything, you black folks are so irresponsible. Not only you have the power to bring the migrant here, you make them commit all those crimes, you do this over there, and then now, get out of here, man. Look, this scene ain't working anymore. Putting people that look like us, and then just have them saying a few words here, a few words there, and do stuff. Talking about this, we're gonna do that. None of this nonsense, man. We are well aware that those folks, they have zero power. You guys are doing this to keep the people attention of us. Take the attention away from the Great Awakening. We are awake now. We're not woke. At least I'm not. Whatever garbage you people are bringing out there, we are woke. I'm not part of it. I don't know about others. Every single person that are in here are awake. We were shaken by the Holy Spirit. Say, hey, wake up. Remember who you are and do your thing. Keep the vibration high. You guys can only play this game for a short period of time. X marked the spot. It's coming.
And now to a crime alert. A group of suspects busted, accused of breaking into a home and stealing a safe.
Part of their alleged crime was caught on camera, and the victim believes she was targeted. Local 10's Terrell Fournay is live in Coral Springs with the story.
Despise Coral Springs. Yeah. But anyway, let's listen to this again.
And now to a crime alert. A group of suspects busted, accused of breaking into a home and stealing a safe.
Part of their alleged crime was caught on camera, and the victim believes she was targeted. Local 10's Terrell Fournay is live in Coral Springs with the story. Terrell.
Yeah, detectives here believe they have taken down an organized burglary ring. This group tied to at least 10 crimes over the past few weeks, but that's not all. They're being accused of targeting a very specific race.
They took the safe and stole the whole safe.
This is video of a group of thieves doing their dirty deed.
I think it was a specific, we were specifically targeted.
The latest burglary victim and business owner doesn't want his face shown, but says the safe had just been ripped out of his home in this gated Coral Springs development while he and his wife were at work.
They threw it down the stairs, so that's where some of the damage happened. So the stairs of the house were broken. And
police noticed a pattern across Broward and Palm Beach.
They're going after anything, cash, valuables.
And when detectives compared notes, they found all of the victims were of Asian descent.
Criminals are looking for crimes of opportunity. In this case here, it's people who have cash or have valuables that they know are going to typically be in the house. So that's why they're targeting the Asian community, because again, if they're business owners, again, Chinese restaurants, nail salons, people that deal with a lot of cash.
Investigators honed in on a pair of cars used in various crimes, and that led to the arrests of 7 people tied to a burglary ring, including a woman and these 2 men believed to be related. Several others acted as lookouts, say police, even using unassuming electric scooters to scope out targets. Undercover officers were a step ahead, though, setting up secret cameras Wednesday to capture the crooks in action and to steal their freedom.
We were in locations they had no idea we were at, and we were very, very close to them.
Anytime, there's an invasion of your personal space, it makes you, feel a lot less safe.
Well, that's what happened. That's what happened. Those migrant, they are not coming in the hood and rob the hood and steal, break into our home and steal our stuff. No, they're going to go to you people and steal things. Great glory. Let's keep on moving.
Casa Ruby founder Ruby Corrado left the district for El Salvador in 2022, not long after the investigation into financial improprieties surfaced. Authorities say she was arrested in Laurel, Maryland after making an unexpected trip back to the U.S. In an interview with News 4 in 2022, Corrado denied accusations that she was stealing from the nonprofit she founded to serve homeless LGBTQ youth.
I don't understand what's going on here. What is it? What seems to be the issue with that? Where is the thing that is so wrong with this?
Commit financial crimes.
Casa Ruby closed its doors after a Washington Post report into financial improprieties. Corrado is now accused of siphoning hundreds of thousands in loans from the Federal Paycheck Protection Program, created to help small businesses pay workers during the coronavirus pandemic, to a personal account in El Salvador.
There you go. They have to put our people in there. They have to put this word, put it in there. We gotta wait. We matter too. And you have people that look like us will go hand over face and do this thing. Oh, hey, well, yes, we all matter. Nah, man. Our people are not part of this thing. Stop dragging us into your bull. When you people were getting those hundreds of thousands of dollars, we never heard of you guys. You don't share anything. Now you get caught and people like, oh, okay, well, you know, we're in this together. We need to do this. We need to do that. No, we're not.
Ese fue un buen programa.
Daneses Arce Ramirez tells News 4 sister station Telemundo 44 that Casa Ruby's advocacy will be missed.
The federal charges that Ruby Corrado is facing, fraud and money laundering, carry a maximum potential sentence of decades in prison.
Oof.
Jackie Benson, News 4.
Thanks for watching. Stay.
Great glory. Let's keep on moving. Ah, that's the good old DAC over there. We'll take a minute out of what the DAC is saying here.
Very warm welcome to this video, Wednesday the 6th of March. Now what I'm going to be talking about today has got huge implications for the United Kingdom and massive international implications for those countries where most of us live that still have some vestige of law and order in them. Now what we're going to be talking
that was brutal. Oh man, that was brutal. Wow, that was brutal. If you guys still have some law and order in you, they are not under the blessing anymore. They don't care. That's why they let everything happen. They simply don't care. Of course, they will act like they've done this, but they didn't. All right, let's take a minute. Let's take a minute or two. Let's get the dark again. Wow, that was brutal.
Well, a very warm welcome to this video, Wednesday the 6th of March. Now what I'm going to be talking about today has got huge implications for the United Kingdom and massive international implications for those countries where most of us live that still have some vestige of law and order in them. Now what we're going to be talking about is this letter from Mr. Andrew Bridgen, Member of Parliament, and it is to the Sir Mark Rowley, who's in charge of the Metropolitan Police, and he released this into the public domain yesterday. Now the letter was actually posted by the looks of it on the 20th of February 2024, but this has just been released by Andrew Bridgen into the public domain. Now I'm going to read you some parts of this letter because the implications just couldn't be any stronger really. I'm contacting you as a serving member of Parliament. Now that means it's got to be taken seriously. If that's not taken seriously, we can pack in and forget parliamentary democracy. I seek an urgent meeting with you and senior Metropolitan Police detectives to discuss some very serious and concerning issues that have been brought to my attention regarding the coronavirus pandemic response and the vaccination programme. This is a matter of paramount importance for the well-being and safety of the British public. I and others deem this to be a national emergency and have identified a litany of failures and cover-ups that can no longer be ignored, despite various people's best efforts. Sorry, that was me saying that bit. Right, back to the letter. The usual routes via Standards Committee, government departments, regulators and civil servants have all been dismissed or ignored. And we've played the videos on this channel, haven't we? Members of Parliament getting up and pointedly walking out when this issue is discussed. Complete disgrace, of course, to British parliamentary democracy, in my view. Contact with the independent COVID inquiry team. I won't comment on the independent inquiry team in the UK. Contact with the independent COVID inquiry team was made, and they have clearly stated their role is not to determine innocence or guilt. They further added, if criminality is suspected, to these reports, these allegations to the police should be reported to the police. It is for this very reason this is now a matter for the police. Very serious criminal offences, to name but a few. Misconduct in public office.
Again, beloved, they really don't want to do none of those things. It's just those people on their way out. They don't care. They don't care about all that. Thank you, good Dak, for reporting this stuff. You know, the people in the comment board, they're always like, I don't know this guy, why he's still alive? Like, why? And they are not banning his channel. But anyway, It should be illegal for any MP to be a member of the WEF. Name and shame your MP. No politician should walk out of a meeting. Yeah, those guys, they don't care anymore. That they don't. They don't care. It was all an illusion. All those law and order, it was just an illusion. When we were asleep, those people were acting. They are in order. They got the law and stuff like that. The moment we are awake, everything fall because they know the true one are awake now, and we ain't gonna stand for this bull. That's what that is. I say, well, you say follow the evidence. I say follow Israel, which is our people.
Heading up to Oceanside, where there are several reports of a mountain lion that is not shy. It's been spotted outside City Hall, movie theaters, and in neighborhoods there. Our Juliet Vara spoke with people who saw the animal firsthand, and she joins us live with their warning tonight. Juliet.
Kathleen, this news is really spreading through town. This mountain lion has been spotted in residential neighborhoods near downtown. It has been spotted right here where I'm standing, and also at the movie theater right across the street. For Marcus Davis and Alan Callender, patrolling the streets of downtown Oceanside always keeps them on their toes.
Sometimes it's smooth and sometimes it's just, things just pop off.
Tuesday morning around 2 a.m., things took a wild turn when they saw this mountain lion out of nowhere. This video, taken by their coworker, captures the lion on the run just as the busy bars were closing.
When we first saw it, it was rounding the corner over here and it was going down to in front of the movie theater. We were able to scare it off with our spotlights.
We just steered people away from it and we just followed it and tried to move it out of the crowded areas.
A janitor at the Regal Cinemas on Mission Avenue telling Fox 5 she snapped this photo of the lion as it peered through the glass doors.
Some people were wondering if it was even real or if it was, like AI or something, but it's obviously real.
It's
okay. Yeah, well, it's AI or whatever. Yeah. Well, people think this is not a normal behavior, okay? People think this is cute or this is an anomaly. Those animals, they are scout. They come to scout the area and then they're going to report to the others. Those animals, they come to scope out the area, checking, and they are not supposed to be here. One of the main reasons why they are here, well, of course, wild beasts will be their grave, which is plague number 6 right here. All right. And they receive orders from the higher up, from the Holy One, to start terrorizing this place. And you're going to see it. You're going to see when this fish really hit the fan. Well, they already hit the fan. Those people act like they can smell it. You'll see animals attacking people. You'll see other strange beasts that you never heard of. Things that you thought that was myth. It would just attack those people. Okay? This is very real. Okay? This is not AI. This is real. And it's not cute. This is a freaking mountain lion.
It's definitely real. Oceanside police confirming multiple sightings, including surveillance cameras capturing the cat roaming outside City Hall and even the parking garage.
My phone's been blowing up all day.
Haley Ridgey works for Main Street Oceanside and says these sightings are the talk of the town.
And I'm curious, where is this thing? Where is it living, So it's very odd.
The California Department of Fish and Wildlife says human interactions with mountain lions are incredibly rare. They believe this juvenile is lost.
It looks to be a juvenile.
No, it doesn't work like that. You see, those animal travel, they use the ley line. They don't get lost like that. They know there are certain parts that are occupied by the human. They won't get close there. If they can get here, that means there's something here or they receive something. They don't get lost. They're not like humans that get lost in the woods. They don't do that. They stay the hell away from the city. If you see them in the cities, that means there's something in here. They are looking for something. Just like those bears that are killing those Japanese over there. Okay?
And it's just trying to figure its way back to suitable habitat. Most of the time, wildlife does end up figuring out how to get back to suitable habitat on their own, and it's usually the safest, best option for them.
In the meantime, residents of Oceanside will be keeping an eye out.
Certainly I'll be on the lookout for it.
And so will Marcus and Alan. And wildlife experts are advising residents, especially ones with small animals, to keep them inside, especially at night. Keep them closed because mountain lions tend to roam at night. And if by chance you do spot this mountain lion, they say, of course, never approach it and don't corner it. Make sure to just give it space. And the first thing you want to do is call the Oceanside Police Department's non-emergency line for more on that.
Oh, no. Oh, hell no. I see this thing. I'm not, non-emergency. Nah. Well, the hood is pretty much safe. You see something like that in the hood, I'm staying inside, sir. Big Levi is saying inside. This thing don't see me as like a huge dude. You say, well, make yourself look big. No, sir. Something like that, see Big Levi, see a giant hamburger walking around. This will see me as a giant barbecue pit roasted. I'm not gonna call, I'm gonna call it non-emergency. Oh, hell no. The moment I face something like that, I'm going right back inside. I'll go out the next day, sir. But Big Levi, it's safe. This thing is gone. Yeah, well, again, like I said, I'll go out tomorrow taking care of whatever that I'm supposed to taking care of today. I ain't gonna get out and facing an animal like that. They are quite fast, brethren. Okay, those things are very, very fast. All right? And they can spring at you in a fraction of a second and you won't see it coming. That's how fast they are.
Lion on the run,
okay?
And just as the busy bars were closing.
They are quite fast and very strong.
As you can see behind us, we're picking up deads today.
It came so hard, so fast. Most of them weren't able to get away from it.
Their hooves are burned
There you
off.
go.
Their udders are burnt beyond, they can't nurse their babies. Largest fire in the history of our state. As far as losses of livestock.
And those people acting like this thing doesn't affect them and stuff. The Holy One is cleaning them off the land. He's taking away their food supplies. Of course, this is plague number 2 right here. Number 3, destruction by pestilence among the cattle. The fire is a pestilence. And famine of the world, Gentile world, okay? I really don't want to get too... hang on, let me see.
In the Panhandle fires, preliminary numbers, about 7,000 head of cattle. That number does not include the number of cattle we're going to have to euthanize. Expect those numbers to go up as we survey the land. We haven't gotten all the counts in.
There's about 3 ranches right here we lease, and we have about a little over 1,000 cows here. This pasture we're standing in, there was 93 cows in it, and there's 6 left.
We have
93 cows, 6 left. And well, how are you going to replenish that? What you gonna do? Those are the people that live off grade. They're like, well, we got plenty meat, we got plenty this, we got plenty that. No, you don't. Just a one fire out of your 96 supply, you got 6 left. 93, you got 6 left. Yeah, you can lose it overnight. When the mighty one come after you and there's nothing you can do about it.
About a little over 11 million head of cattle. So let's say this loss is 10,000. So that's less than 1%. So I don't think it'll have an overall price effect over the whole market as the...
Well, yeah, not over the whole market, but whoever is over there down there in the midst of you people, it should. It should.
The United States. Locally, it's quite devastating. Talked to one rancher up there, lost 700 head of cows. Another young couple just getting to start out lost all of theirs. They had 200 head of cows.
Again, you got this young couple just getting started, and they lost everything, beloved. How are you going to sit there? You say, well, Big Levi, those people, they are doing this on purpose so they can come up with Jacob's trouble. Or the elite, Bill Gates, are buying all the farmland in Texas, and then now he's setting them on fire. He's burning his own land. He's burning those cattle so he can have all the cattle for himself. Get out of here, son.
By the time it's all said and done, we're going to have lost probably 200 to 250 head, and that's just cows. We were right in the middle of calving season, so we were 50 to nearly 60% calved out. I've spent the last 15 years building this cow herd up.
And then that's it.
You can lose it overnight.
Overnight. 15 years. You spend 15 years of building this cattle thing, you just lose it. And in just a few hours, bam. Then you're going to have to start another 15 years. to lose it again. That's how people been going through. When we say things like that, people are like, no, pull yourself by the bootstrap, you lazy, that. Okay, well, now look at you.
There's ranchers up there. A lot of them are also cotton farmers. They missed a crop last year. They missed a crop the year before, so they're already financially stressed.
Listen to what the fellow said, okay?
You lose it overnight.
These farmers and ranchers up there, a lot of them are also cotton farmers. They missed.
A lot of them were cotton farmers, okay? For those of you that have been studying with us, okay? For those of you that being study on Patreon with us, you can actually see, there we go. We were studying the cotton farming, how people went through, doing this thing. All right, so our brothers, sisters, we went through a lot. Okay, dirty little secrets about Black history and its heroes and other troublemakers. Introduction. This is Jacob's Trouble Part 2. All right, what we went through. Okay, and those people with the cotton think they can do this thing again, but look at this. Yeah.
Missed a crop last year. They missed a crop the year before, so they're already.
So they missed the crop last year, which is 2023, and they missed the year before, 2022, and then this year, 2024, they done. The hell you want to tell me, man? What else you going to say that would say, okay, those people are not going into their curse? The land is literally refusing them services. The land is just kicking them out. They are being sweeping off the land. Okay? This is not something they are making up.
Financially stressed. Those cows right now are worth, from $2,500 to $3,000, and there's no insurance on those. So
that's the thing.
A total wipeout. It's going to take those pastures at least 2 years for the grass to come back to where it was. No fences probably for 2 years. My estimate, and this is unofficial, probably 3,000 to 4,000 miles of fencing. These people, that's cattle that survive, they're probably going to have to either find some other grazing somewhere in the state or another state, or probably sell out and wait until they get their ranch put back together before they can restock. A lot of
you see how this thing targeted those ranchers, man. This thing is so specific, so precise and concise, brethren. Targeted those ranchers and eliminated them. Woo!
These ranches are over 100 years old. Let's say you're the 6th, 7th, 8th generation. You're in charge of the family heritage. It's become, at some point, you no longer own the land. The land owns you. The most important thing.
Thank you. You no longer own the land. The land on you.
People can do for the panhandle is pray for the panhandle.
No, we're not going to pray. Let's keep on moving, beloved, okay? Okay, video showed the deadly crash after the Wisconsin's highway, okay? Look at this. Deadly crash. Oh, this is bad. Let's keep on moving. How long we are into this thing? Is it even recorded?
They look like the homes of the rich and famous.
All right.
Glamorous multi-million-dollar mansions in stunning locations.
I have a name to my house, La Maison de Rêve, the house of dreams.
But movie stars don't live there.
Are you financially independent like I am? I know what the heck I'm talking about.
They're some of America's biggest megachurch pastors.
Faith comes to a climax and produces.
Like Kenneth Copeland, who lives in this $6 million complex outside Dallas.
You may think that house is too big. I don't care what you think.
You want to know how big it is? It's 40,000 square foot.
And Reverend Jesse DePlantis, who lives in this mega mansion outside New Orleans.
I'm protected from recessions and depressions.
This type of lavish lifestyle with private jets and sprawling estates has been spoofed in HBO's hit comedy series, The Righteous Gemstones.
You should be ashamed of yourself. Well, I ain't.
They're just trying to grab as much money as they can. It's pure greed.
Critics like Pete Evans of the televangelist watchdog group, the Trinity Foundation, say these preachers are using a legal way to avoid paying property taxes on their pricey homes.
You and I are financing their rich lifestyles.
Tax records show that each of these mansions is owned by the preachers' churches, which qualifies them to be tax-free under the parsonage exemption.
The parsonage tax exemption is a way for a church or religious organization to buy a piece of residential property, have their pastor live in it, and then not pay property taxes on that parsonage. It's essentially a way to make the pastor's life a little bit easier and can live a little bit cheaper.
Well, again, those guys, they took the bag. All right, good sir? They took the bag, all right? So they don't have to pay taxes like you normal people out there. They don't do that. Okay? They don't do that. They took the bag. They swagger jacked all people. That was the blessing. And still is. Well, up until now.
Political scientist and pastor Ryan Burge believes the exemption should be used to help out pastors like Jason Fishburne, who lives in a more modest home with his wife and family where they host church events.
Everything from hosting gatherings to letting people come stay when they're in crisis, making meals for people out of your kitchen.
It's the kind of job that really becomes more of a lifestyle in many ways.
They say what little money they save on their property taxes is crucial to help make ends meet.
Things would be much tighter for us, for sure, without the exemption.
But take a look at these megachurch pastor examples. This home, owned by Redemption Church, where Pastor Ron Carpenter lives, is listed for sale on Redfin for almost $8 million.
If you have a multi-million-dollar house, your property tax bill could be $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a year. But if it's classified as a parsonage, now you don't have to pay property taxes on that home. That $50,000 could pay the salary of an elementary school teacher in your local public school.
But according to tax records, the church paid no property taxes on it last year. Pastors Ivy and Bridget Hilliard live in this Spring, Texas complex owned by New Light Church World.
When I fly to my home and I see it, how it's spread out, and I look at all that God has blessed me with, and I thought about walking off. I'm glad I press my way. Amen, amen.
Yeah. When I fly my home, nigga, I see this and it's like, damn, the Lord has blessed me. It depends on which Lord. It depends on which Lord that had blessed you. You know, Lord is just a name. Baal or Baal bless you. Okay, it's just name. Baal means the Lord. Anybody could be a Baal. Anybody could be a Baal. But it will depend on what kind of Lord. Which Lord that you're saying, sir? See, there's landlord. There's Lord of this, Lord, which Lord bless you. See, this is where those guys stay at, man. You know, beautiful, nice home. They took our place, you know, nice home and beautiful stuff.
Records show it's worth $8 million, but they paid no property taxes last year. And this preacher pad may be the biggest of all the parsonages in America. The mansion behind me is where Pastor Jesse Duplantis lives. It's located outside New Orleans, and he has said it cost about $20 million to build. And he often brags about all the valuable artwork inside. But records from last year show neither Duplantis nor his church paid a single cent in taxes on this property.
I have the biggest house of any preacher in America. I'm saying that on television. You don't think they're going to nail me next week when I get home?
Duplantis didn't return our calls or emails, so we caught up with him in this Georgia church parking lot.
We wanted to ask you if you're paying property taxes on your mansion in Louisiana.
To me, those houses look more like a fortress than an open door. And I don't know how a person could justify.
Yeah, they're supposed to protect themselves from you people. Okay, they're supposed to do that, all right? That's what they're supposed to do. Let's keep on moving.
By that being an extension of the church.
Yeah, it's discouraging to see how far these guys have diverged from the teachings of Jesus.
Right now at noon, police investigating a deadly shooting in Fort Lauderdale.
Officers responding to the scene last night and finding a man dead. Local 10 News reporter Syra Onward joins us live from Fort Lauderdale.
And I know you have the very latest on this investigation, so fill us in, Syra.
So, Janice Christie, I can tell you what happened right here in this neighborhood. We're not far from Lauderdale.
Right now at noon, police investigating a deadly shooting in Fort Lauderdale.
Officers responding to the scene last night and finding a man dead. Local 10 News reporter Syra Onward joins us live from Fort Lauderdale.
And I know you have the very latest on this investigation, so fill us in, Syra.
So, Janice Christie, I can tell you what happened right here in this neighborhood. We're not far from Lauderdale Manors Park. I spoke to some neighbors this morning. They still have no idea how this happened. They heard the gunshots and they want to know who the shooter is and if they can be arrested or if they should be worried about their own safety. The day after a Thursday night shooting outside of a Fort Lauderdale home, a white GMC pickup truck and a black Cadillac remain parked in the driveway with bullet holes. The family living in the home says they don't know why someone shot a man on their property last night, leaving his body on the lawn. Fort Lauderdale crime scene detectives collected evidence outside the home on Chateau Park Drive. Police say they responded to reports of the shooting around 9:30 Thursday night, and when they arrived, they found the victim, an unidentified man pronounced dead on the scene. Local 10 capturing video of the man's body covered by a tarp. 2 tarps are visible at the scene, though police say there was 1 victim. Neighbors telling us off camera they heard rapid-fire gunshots last night, and they're worried the shooter could return.
Well, that's Fort Lauderdale for you, man. You know, a lot of hate going on down there. Well, let's keep on moving then.
Thank you. Meantime, Miami-Dade County is saying so long to Miami Seaquarium. The county sent a letter which amounts to an eviction notice telling the company that owns the attraction to be out by April 21st.
What seems to be the problem, man? This is Miami Seaquarium, man. They got evicted? Did they pay? They didn't pay? What's going on? Let's find out.
Thank you. Meantime, Miami-Dade County is saying so long to Miami Seaquarium. The county sent a letter which amounts to an eviction notice telling the company that owns the attraction to be out by April 21st.
This comes after years of controversy surrounding numerous building violations, maintenance issues, and concern for the welfare of the animals. CBS News Miami's Anna McAllister joins us live from Virginia Key and brings us the details from today's news conference, plus what the park's operator had to say. Anna?
Lauren, Jim, the county's message about the Seaquarium is simple. They say 2 things, that it's unsafe and that it's unsustainable. But the CEO of the Seaquarium's parent company, he is pushing back and he says he's taking this matter to court. It's the end of an era.
The situation at the Seaquarium is so dire that we believe terminating the lease is the best course of action to ensure safety.
And some say good riddance.
It needs to go. It needs to be bulldozed right into the ground.
PETA is thrilled that the county is finally terminating the Seaquarium's lease after more than half a century of miserable animals and false promises to clean up its act.
Miami-Dade County officials addressed the termination of Miami Seaquarium's lease at a press conference Thursday afternoon after sending a letter to the facility's owner, the Dolphin Company, informing them of the county's decision.
They have been the subject of continuous violations, including decaying animal habitats, lack of veterinary staff, and a lack of other experienced staff members.
The current state of the Miami Seaquarium is not the place that we visited as children, and it's not the place that we want our children to visit.
The county says the Seaquarium is facing multiple building code violations and that the welfare of the animals are in jeopardy. A 2023 USDA report made multiple disturbing discoveries, like a 2-inch snail found in a dolphin's neck.
These animals are not being provided the proper resources and the safe environment they need, and I remain concerned about the poor quality of animal care that has been repeatedly documented.
Mayor Levine Cava also says the Seaquarium owes the county more than $80,000. But the
What's going on? Where all those money? Why you guys can't pay this? What seems to be the issue here? What's the problem? Is something going on here? Is there a reason why you guys can't pay this money? I don't know.
Dolphin Company CEO showed up after the press conference, saying the mayor has ignored their company's request to visit the seaquarium.
She has never set up foot Miami Seaquarium in 2 years. She has never come in 2 years.
And when Al Boor was asked if the seaquarium is unsafe and unsustainable,
that is a lie. That is a lie.
So what happens to the nearly 500 animals being housed at the seaquarium? How will they be safely transported to their next home? Mayor Levine Cava says the Dolphin Company owns those animals, not the county.
We do not have the ability to make determinations directly.
Well, let's keep on moving, man. Well, let's take this.
Also tonight now, we've got some new details about body parts found on Long Island.
Multiple people are in custody after more remains were found today. The new discovery made in Bethpage State Park, just miles away from the first discovery last week in Southard's Pond Park. CBS 2's Carolyn Gussoff live in Amityville tonight with the details. Carolyn.
Maurice, more body parts were found today in 2 additional locations, and Suffolk police are saying they do know who they belong to. A 59-year-old woman and a 53-year-old man. They're not yet identifying them. They're still notifying family members. But in the meantime, law enforcement sources are telling me that multiple people are in custody and arrests have been made in this grisly murder mystery. Body parts dumped in locations from West Babylon to Bethpage. Suffolk police now say the victims were a 59-year-old woman and a 53-year-old man, their last known address in Yonkers. And all of it somehow connected to this house in Amityville, where Suffolk police executed a search warrant Monday night. This neighbor asked us not to show his face.
SWAT team, detectives, the mobile command center, the roadblock office.
The people are nice. You see people walking their children and dogs all on this block. So that's crazy.
A flurry of police activity in and around this 2-family house on Railroad Avenue, linked to the disturbing discovery last week of dumped body parts. First, on the perimeter of Babylon Village's Southard's Pond Park. Officials say school children made the initial discovery. A police cadaver dog turned up more. A severed head, legs, and one arm of a female victim. The tattooed arms of a male victim. Fingertips removed.
Very scary. It's very close to home.
Like removing fingertips, like, you know, if they put so they want to identify them. Yo, you're leaving a body there. There are multiple ways you can identify a body without the fingertips. There's blood in there, DNA. There's teeth. There are all sort of things.
Tips removed.
Very scary.
Okay, number 12 here.
It's very close to home. A child or an adult to find body parts is very disturbing.
And now 2 more grisly finds Tuesday linked to the other body parts. At least 1 human torso found near Bethpage State Park and more remains in a wooded area in West Babylon. Neighbors of the Amityville house tell
Of course, we had covered this West Babylon before, so yeah.
us they often heard fighting inside, but on the outside all appeared peaceful.
They're really nice. No, they're John, and they're really nice.
Nice people.
They got like puppies, and they always welcome them. So yeah, we always welcome here. I got kids, like small kids. So everything looks safe.
Up until now, didn't they have a movie called Amityville, a horror movie? Amityville horror movie. Yeah, they had the Amityville horror movie. It was 2000. Well, it happened in 1974. 6 family was brutally, put out. But hey, history repeated itself, man.
And back here in Amityville, Suffolk police say that no human remains were found at this house. They're also not officially confirming that there have been arrests. We'll hopefully get more information officially from them tonight or tomorrow. They do say, however, that this appears to be an isolated incident and there is no risk to the public. In Amityville, Long Island, Carolyn Gussoff, CBS 2 News.
Isolated.
All right, Carolyn, thank you. And as Carolyn mentioned, this investigation first started Thursday. Here is now a closer look at how it all unfolded. A high school student walking to school discovered an arm around 8:40 a.m. near Southard's Park Pond. The student then called her father, who then called 911. After police arrived, they found more human remains. Then on Friday, when
I bet it was this kid, the student was black, they would have already arrested this kid. Or they would have charged him with the crime and then let him spend like 10, 20 years in prison, 30, 40 years, and then release it and say, well, oh, we're sorry, it wasn't you. I mean, we didn't accuse you, we just forget about you. Get out of here. Let's keep on moving.
And we begin with breaking news. Take a look at your screen. This is Dejan Belnavis. He is considered armed and dangerous. Worcester police are searching for him tonight. He is a suspect in a deadly shooting that happened yesterday. Officers say another suspect has been arrested.
It comes as we learn more about the two victims, a mother who served our country and her young daughter. Thanks for staying up with us. I'm Glenn Jones.
And I'm Priscilla Casper with more on the manhunt for that suspect. We want to head out live to our NBC 10's Michael Rosenfield, joining us in Worcester with the very latest. Michael.
Well, Priscilla, family members of the victims tell us they have no idea why somebody would want to shoot this mother and child. And tonight they say they just want justice for this horrific crime.
The search is on for this man, 27-year-old Dejan Belnavis. Worcester police saying he's one of the men responsible for the shooting deaths of a mother and child, Chastity Nunez and her 11-year-old daughter, Zella.
Zella was just the best. She was the best. She was so full of life. Just such a good little girl. And she didn't deserve it at all.
Tyree Sims is the little girl's cousin and godfather. He's also a childhood friend of her mom.
The best mom that she could have possibly been. She loved those girls with all of her heart.
Chastity leaves behind a 2-year-old daughter.
I'm thankful to God that she wasn't in the car. It's a horrible, silver lining, I guess.
Chastity and Zella were in an SUV Tuesday afternoon when someone opened fire on the vehicle. The windshield and driver's side window riddled with bullets. The suspects took off.
I just hope that they know the gravity of what they just did. They took.
No, those dudes don't feel anything. They don't feel anything, especially if there was bad blood, especially if somebody did something you've done those people wrong. You know, this could not be random. It's just like, hey, you've done me wrong and I'm taking you out and your daughter.
Look, a beautiful soul, two beautiful souls, senselessly.
Sim says Chastity had served in the military. Zella was legally blind. He says he has no idea why the mom and daughter would have been targeted.
In any inner city, anybody that has any kind of morality understands that it's always been no women, no children.
Well,
no women, no children.
They had beef. Now those dudes don't care, man. You had beef with them. You got family member. You did something unto them. It could be a $5 bag of weed, son. Yo. It could be a $5 bag of weed. It could be some dude walk up in your set and tripping in your set can cause your entire family to be gone. Then that girl make us a song 20 years, 2012. Let the nigga try me. I'm going to go ahead and F his own family, his whole family. That was like 2010, 2012. You just try a Negro, they come to a house, they kill everybody, son.
Sim says the entire family is praying for justice and that whoever is responsible pays the price. Police say one person has been arrested, but the hunt is still on for Belnavis, who investigators say should be considered armed and dangerous.
A coward. He's a coward. And I just hope that everything bad that they deserve is what comes.
Well, that's what it is, man. Again, beloved, you don't know what those people did. You have no idea what they can cause, what kind of things they've done for them to be targeted like this and destroyed like that. They must have done something really, really bad. Okay, and then there are certain lifestyle you don't get involved, especially certain 2/3. You don't hang out with, you don't date them, you don't talk to them because they are there. They're lost for blood, man. You know, they're bloodless Negroes, man.
On new this morning, Philadelphia police have released security video showing 3 suspects who they say were involved in a mass shooting
that hurt 8 teenagers. Police say the 3 suspects shown in the video, you'll see them get out of the car there, they're not currently in custody. According to Philadelphia Police Commissioner, the victims, who were all between 15 and 17 years old, were shot while boarding a SEPTA bus yesterday afternoon. Authorities said a 16-year-old boy is in critical condition. The other teens are stable.
We will not be held hostage, that we will use every legal tool in the toolbox to ensure the public health and safety of the people of our city.
In the past week, there have been 4 shootings involving SEPTA buses in Philadelphia. 3 of them were deadly. Police are now working to determine if they are all connected.
Let's keep on moving.
5 teenagers have been taken into custody in Johnson County after deputies say they kicked and pounded on a person's door and simply ran away.
As Fox 59's Jenny Drasler explains, it's all part of what the Johnson County prosecutor says is a dangerous TikTok challenge.
I spoke to numerous people who live here in the Kensington Grove neighborhood. All of them told me they're angry that this even happened in the first place, and these teens need to think twice before kicking on someone's door.
Heard just a loud thud. It wasn't like kicking and banging. It was like they kicked in the door. It was one solid, just loud thud.
Chuck Hiles says on February 27th, around 6 o'clock at night, he saw and heard 5 teens kicking and banging on his neighbor's door in the Kensington Grove neighborhood in Greenwood. He gave us this surveillance video, which he says showed the teens walking in the neighborhood moments before it happened.
Saw my neighbor take off after him, so we kind of cut through the houses. I followed them, and he chased them, 3-4 blocks away, across Stones Crossing, down to Mullinex. Lost him in the woods, called the cops. They came and kind of took it from there.
Johnson County Sheriff's officials say the suspects are between 13 and 14 years old. Prosecutor Lance Hamner says what the teens were doing is all part of a viral TikTok challenge called the Door Kick Challenge, a new version of Ding Dong Ditch, except instead of ringing the doorbell, the participants bang and kick on the door and then run away.
If kids think about this, they know that this is knucklehead behavior because common sense tells you this is going to terrify somebody. And when you terrify somebody at their door, there can be something happen back to you.
Hamner says he has no tolerance for this, and the juvenile's actions could carry serious consequences.
It's definitely a trespass. It can be considered an attempted residential entry. That's a felony, and it's a serious situation.
And neighbors say teens need to keep that in mind before they take part in these viral challenges.
Kids don't think anymore, and it's play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Somebody is going to get hurt.
The 5 juveniles are expected to appear in court in the coming weeks, and Hamner expects to file
Is it the makeup? I'm pretty sure it's the makeup. There's so much space in here. I'm not too good with makeup, but okay, all right. Good then.
Juvenile charges later this week. In Johnson County, Jenny Drasler, Fox 59 News.
All right, let's keep on moving.
Deputies on the North Shore say a woman fatally stabbed a convicted sexual predator as he allegedly tried to attack her.
St. Tammany Parish Sheriff Randy Smith says the incident happened Sunday afternoon at a laundromat on Highway 190 in Lacombe. Maddie Kurth has the details.
It makes me want to tear up that she had to go through that, and it's a shame.
Emotions are high in Lacombe after the St. Tammany Parish Sheriff's Office reports a would-be sexual assault victim fought off her weapon-wielding attacker, 40-year-old convicted sex offender Nicholas Tranchant, the woman turning his weapon on him and stabbing him before running away.
Angry, very angry. I pay taxes here, and I shouldn't have to worry about my granddaughter walking to the bus stop.
Gwen Baptiste says she planned to wash her granddaughter's school uniforms at the laundry room on Highway 190 Sunday evening.
Something tied me up, and I didn't get there. When I came through, I seen all the police and everything and started hearing things. I went to Mandeville. Felt safer driving in the middle of the night to Mandeville than I did going right here, less than half a mile from my home.
St. Tammany Sheriff Randy Smith says both the victim and Tranchant were taken to the hospital for treatment. That's where Tranchant succumbed to the stabbing. I want to compliment this brave woman on the courage and strength she showed in fighting back against her attacker, Smith said in a statement. Tranchant was convicted in 2003 for indecent behavior with a juvenile. 5 years later, he faced another conviction for aggravated attempted rape and aggravated burglary.
I understand everybody's done their time, But when you hurt a woman and you hurt a child, there is no, you've done your time and it's over with.
Trenchant was released from jail in December of 2023, just 3 months before this alleged attack.
It's pretty sad, and we need to bond together and get rid of these pedophiles and these sex offenders. It's become a norm around here, and it shouldn't be.
Well, that's
That was Maddie Kurth reporting.
That's the curse is cleaving onto you.
A parish worker says the property is currently also facing code violations for excessive trash piled around the laundromat.
All right, so now a sister sent me this. We're gonna close with those two things. We're done with that. College closure. Why is Notre Dame College closing? Well, let's cut to the chase. Declining enrollment, smaller and dwindling pool of college-age students, rising cost of tuition, room and board and operational fees, significant debt. You people are out. Beautiful place, man. If we could buy this place, we could buy this Notre Dame. That would be cool. But hey, it's closing down because, hey, you guys don't have the money to keep up anymore, okay? You don't have the money to keep it up. Okay? Notre Dame was established 100 years ago in 1922. That's a lie. Let's keep on moving. Okay? Multiple government websites, including Secret Services and Homeland Security, go down for 20 minutes during Biden's State of the Union before being brought back online. What seems to be the issue? What seems to be the issue? Is that the State of the Union? Can we play it? Back. So much commercial, man. Those are picture. We cannot. Wait, when was that? We want to make sure we got the up-to-date one. Great. Ay. That was April the 8th. It's just, no, it was yesterday. It was yesterday. But we can't play any video, so. You know, we are under attack by the terrorists and stuff. Get the out of here, son. That's not what that is. Okay, beloved, I believe we're good. Yeah, let's watch this one.
This is one of the great speeches.
This is one of the good guys.
Secretary, I was in Jordan and Israel this weekend, and we just, you got to keep pushing what you're doing on the humanitarian stuff and all this stuff. So
I told him, baby, show me people. I said, baby, you know I'm going to come to Jesus. Sure, just. That might go good. That was good.
That's how those guys do their stuff, okay? Sir, you're on the camera, okay? You can't reveal that much there.
See you. So good.
Talk to you tomorrow.
Talk to you.
President, great job.
Thank you for standing up, making me feel good.
Right? No, great.
Okay, those are all the all the Gentiles here.
Not at all. Way to go.
We're glad to wait.
Good job, Biden. Biden did such a good job. Those people acting everything is good. Okay.
Would you mind
Whatever, man. Hey, beloved, I have to upload this because I got the class coming and it's such trouble. I gotta schedule this. I'll leave you with peace, with love. I'll see you next week. Shalom.